Hello again everyone, Julie Lindsay here. Welcome to part 3 of Global Narratives Collaboration on the Edge. In this part we ask the question, what if we collaborated globally? Let's hear what people are doing, educators are doing around the world. Let's unpack online global collaboration. What are the stories that share the motivations, pedagogy and practices? What are educators and others really doing to connect themselves and their students? And what does this mean? Let's find out.
Hi Julie, hi everyone, Craig Kemp here. It's an absolute pleasure to be asked to share about what being a global collaborator means to me. I'm super passionate about being a globally connected educator. I describe my journey as going from lone wolf to hunting with the pack and being able to connect with people all around the world whenever I want, however I want, over whatever topics I want. And I expect the same of my students and my teachers. So we always encourage everyone to connect and collaborate, that a connection is good, but a collaboration is even better. So being able to connect with people at any time, anywhere around the world is super powerful. But what are you going to do with that, and why is always the question we ask. So as you're being inspired today by Julie, just keep in mind the why. Why are you connecting? Why are you collaborating? And what are you going to do to add value to what you already do in the classroom?
Over the last 10 years, the world has opened up my classroom. Many of the tools originally used to find a network across the world have remained. Blogging, video conferencing through tools like Skype, the presence of online sites to find global projects, but new ones have developed like Twitter. Some of the most exciting learning can now occur through the use of mobile apps. Learning can be immediate, networked, conversational and interactive. Keep in mind that popular tools will vary amongst cultures and countries. Do not be afraid to network with others who do not speak your language. Work through it with images, videos, signage, translators, etc. Share what you do, celebrate your achievements, take risks, actively look for simple and complex global projects and learn from the challenges. Build skills for our increasingly global workforce and community.
Hello there. My name is Dr. Lee Zeitz from the University of Northern Iowa. Exposing our teacher education students to global learning is essential. These experiences can range from Skyping with authors at a distance to true global collaboration where students become fully engaged with international partners to solve authentic challenges. The opportunities are there. The challenge is making the connections. A great organization for making these connections is the ISTE Global Connections PLN. Follow us on Twitter with the hashtag ISTE Global PLN.
Hello, I'm Karen Learnman. I can't even begin to stress how incredible it is to have a network of like-minded educators around the world who are able to support and inspire me to be the best educator that I can be. My PLN is also there for my students. Just this year, I had a student who wanted to solve a Rubik's Cube, and through my PLN, I was able to connect him via video conference with an 8th grade student from another country. That student listened to and answered my student's questions. And do you know what? My student can now solve a Rubik's Cube on his own. There's no better way to be an educator than be an educator with a global community to learn with.
My name is Pernille Rip, and in 2010 I created the Global Read Aloud, a global literacy initiative that has since then connected more than 1 million students, all in the pursuit of trying to make the world a little bit smaller through a shared read aloud. My story is not anything fantastic. It is simply about finding courage to share an idea with the world and to see where that idea will go. When I first started the Global Read Aloud, I had no idea what would happen to this little project. And in a way, I'm glad I didn't, because I think I would have been too afraid to pursue this opportunity. And yet, now 6 years later, and how many more years to come, I'm so glad that I took the step and had the courage to share my ideas with the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie and I work for Southern Cross Distance Education as a Chinese language teacher and on the Learning Innovation team, and now I also work on the tech team. So a quick story on how I got started with global collaboration. So a while ago I wanted to connect my students globally and in particular to China. But the state school system, it hadn't been done before and was considered a bit risky at the time. So I decided to take it out of the education department and launch the Connect with China collaborative with Julie Lindsay. And that was a really good success with about 500 participants from USA, Australia, China and Canada. And I guess my main message with global collaboration is, even if it feels impossible at the time, keep trying and just give it a go and be prepared to learn with your students. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.
So here's the question that I ask you as a potential global educator and global leader. Do you have what it takes to go the distance? Because once you go in, you go all in. Once you realize that the chalkboard is actually a computer screen that your students can put their hands into and reach out to China or to Africa or the globe over, and at night in online or off communicate with fellow curious learners around the world, you've entered a rabbit hole that, believe me, you're never going to want to get out of. And are there challenges? Of course there are. Are there threats to our students and to our learning and to our control as teachers? Of course there are. But I guess what I would say, my challenge to anyone out there listening, if of course there is anyone out there but let's say you. Well, if there is anyone out there listening and truly hearing, I would say take the leap and do everything you can to plan and to prepare for the unexpected, because that's what global learning and global collaboration is. And that is, in my opinion, the beauty of the spark of creative genius and the things that we can have and offer to our students around the world. And hopefully, if we do this effectively, we can create a better future than the one we have right now, in terms of education, in terms of learning, in terms of schooling, and in terms of changing things the world over and making this flat world a better one that hopefully at some point we can bend around to a nice little circle.
Well everyone, as you can see, there is lots to think about. Collaboration on the edge, online global collaboration, connected learning, flat learning. My final message to you is get involved. This K12 online conference is one way to make vital global connections that lead to essential collaborations. A shout out also to the Global Education Conference and associated events as another way to get involved globally, and there are many others. So let's see, what do we know now? We know that as an online global collaborator and educator, you must be a good communicator and reliable contributor. You must design effective learning that connects students with each other. You must adopt new collaborative pedagogies. Develop your own vision for the future. Make the shift to flat learning happen. Remember, as Tom Friedman told us years ago, if you're not doing it, it's not happening. So look, good luck. Stay in touch. I hope to see you online sometime, somewhere in the world. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Julie Lindsay, the Global Collaborator.